mom raised me to drink beer.
That's a good quote. My mom raised me to drink beer. Okay, well, 92 Green Z34, and we got George with us. And we might redo a dual review like this for John, but he's sitting off to the side. He's sipping on some brew right now, so we're just gonna me and George do this. Now, I've been told that these two beers have been made in the same factory, and what they are is Coors Light, and I got the super cold halfway activated and the cold activated. I believe George's super cold is fully activated because his was in the freezer, right?
I don't know if it's super cold yet.
They're cold.
It's cold.
They're both cold. And Keystone Light from the same area. Notice how they both have these tall, skinny cans. Silos. They're both tall and skinny. The Coors has Silver Bullet has a wide vented mouth, and if you look at the tops, the Coors has a vented mouth, right?
But the hole's the same.
Specially aligned can. Frost Brew Liner says, this one says specially aligned can, this says Frost Brew Liner, okay? Coors Light, Keystone Light, they both have mountains on them. The mountains turn blue in the Coors Light when it's cold enough.
Keystone's always cold, so it always has blue mountains.
The Keystone's apparently always cold. If it's 100 degrees, it's still cold. It says Football Saturday 2011. Coors Light Insider. So it's a special Coors can. It's got a little football thing above the mountains. Nothing special about the Keystone Light can, just always smooth. But they're both that goofy can. Silos, whatever, okay? The only difference really in the can design out externally is that the Coors has the vented mouth and the Keystone does not. Now, Keystone Light is $15 for a 24-pack. Coors Light is also $15 for an 18-pack. So, Keystone Light is cheaper. Okay, now, that said, it comes down to the tasting. I thought they tasted similar when I reviewed them independently, but I'm going to try them side by side.
I think they both taste like liquid candy.
George likes them both. Now, he's lately become a Keystone fan, but that's because Keystone's cheaper than Coors.
It tastes so dang good.
I'm going to start with Coors. I'll let that sit for a second. Pretty good beer. I'm really liking the taste of it right now. Okay, I'm going to go Keystone.
We need a glass.
It is very close. Let me retry the Coors. Them are very close. The Coors has a different aftertaste.
I was just looking at the can, they're like a different color.
It could be the blue liner.
That's like clear.
Put it up to the camera. Okay, guys, that's Coors, right? Is that Keystone?
That's Coors.
Coors, okay. Very clear, very light color, slight yellow. That's it. Keystone first. Coors.
It's like the same color.
Did you mix the two?
No, I drank it and then I put this one in there.
He mixed it. Don't lie.
I
No.
would never lie.
Now trying to reverse order, I don't get the same aftertaste off the Coors, so they taste even more the same.
Keystone's got a slight aftertaste, but it's very hardly there.
I was noticing it different. I was thinking the Coors had an aftertaste, and the Keystone didn't.
Is okay if I try?
Yeah.
Let's get John on here.
That one's empty.
We're gonna let John. We're gonna let John here. We'll let John. You need a Coors?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see.
We'll let John try the two. We'll get him in on this review, so that way he can be here.
Because I've been drinking the Old English, so let's just see.
Try some good stuff. Here.
Okay, you starting with the Keystone. Before you think anything on it, try the Coors.
It tastes about the same.
I'm gonna
Very
say it
similar.
comes from the same hole.
Now, you haven't reviewed either of these beers, John. What do you think of each of them? If they're both the same, what would you note about the beers? For me, they're very smooth.
They're smooth. Versus the Old English that I'm drinking, very smooth. You could probably set these back pretty quick. Tip them.
Exactly. They're really drinkable.
Yep. I can pound them down like you wouldn't believe.
They do really taste close to being the same.
Yeah.
I don't know if the mouth thing that you're describing has anything, or the breather has anything different.
The vent is there to make you drink it faster.
The vent is only there for pounding her down. And it's that
the vent actually does work. You can actually get
a
bigger gulp
it
out
does.
of
It does.
the Coors can than you can out of the Keystone.
And I agree. There are some things that the Coors got going for it, and I won't deny that. There's a few small things, like the can design is definitely improved over Keystone. But Keystone is cheaper enough to, like, really, if these couple little features are really enough to make you spend the same price for, 8 less cans, you really are a beer snob. You really are a fan of this flavor.
Should we show them the game box? Keystone?
Oh, yeah, go get it. George has a Keystone thing, and that's something that Coors doesn't have. Now, Coors has a slot, excuse me, guys. Coors has a slot in the box that informs you of if it's cold or not. But Keystone, right there. See that big thing in the center? You can cut that out, and you can actually play beanbag toss or throw your cans in here. No, I actually opened up.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty. It's pretty neat. I actually opened up the end of that particular box so we can leave the beer in there. But on a normal day, we would actually. Yeah, he's got lots of beer, and he's got Coors in there.
There's Coors and Keystone.
And Keystone. And we got that in there just for that. But yeah, that particular box is neat. So Coors has a box that lets you see if the cans are cold enough or not. And a Keystone actually has a game box. So they're both neat in their own way. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say if money's no object, go with the Coors, because it does have that slightly neater can, and it does let you know when it's cold. And the initial taste of it, just to me, seemed slightly better, but after I tried it and then I tried the Keystone, then I tried it again, I didn't get the same effect. So it's possible it's just in my head. They taste very similar. So if money's no object, go with Coors. But for any other person in the world, I mean, even if you're just slightly on a budget or you slightly need to save a penny, Keystone Light is literally the best beer you can buy for the $15. I mean, the only thing that'll beat it are like Beast, which I don't mind Beast, but you got to be a Beast guy to want it.
Lost Lake, that's out there pretty good stuff there.
I would put Lost Lake in them super cheap category. It's cheaper than Beast. It's cheaper than Keystone. It's like Beer 30.
But better.
Not in my opinion. I like Beer 30, but that's just it though. Everybody knows they're super cheap beer. Like there's that one super cheap beer that everybody likes, and for me it's oh yeah. But for me that's what it is. But no, these two are wonderful beers. Either way, you're winning with both of them. They're both very drinkable. I'm gonna drink my Keystone because we already have a Coors open. I'm gonna show you something. Okay.
Is my Keystone gone?
No.
Oh, I grabbed another one.
Oh, I'll drink it. I still have to finish this one.
Well, I'll drink that one too. I don't care. I like them.
It was actually they are a really smooth taste. The malt liquor has more of a
harshness to it.
A harshness to it, but it's more of a thicker taste than
it is
than a normal beer. It is good though. They are all good. It's just that right there. If you're wanting to drink fast,
Here's the last thing I wanted to compare. That special liner. Okay. Here's a Coors. See how it has that blue tinge to it? I don't know. Okay, compare it to Keystone. Does not have the blue tinge. Now, the Keystone does have the same feeling, and if you try to just tear these apart, you can feel a plastic lining, but it's not blue. I don't know if that makes a difference.
I think it makes the Mountain Stream blue.
But They both do have a liner. This one's just different. But we're out of time, guys. As always, have a good day.